Hey guys, Leon Francis here, Blackbeard Logic, Guns and the 701 Network. It is April 6th, 2026, and there's a lot going on. So I just wanted to hop on here, give you guys a little bit of content, a couple of things that have been on my mind. And for the last maybe 4 podcasts, in every single one, I've touched on this topic because it's kind of a big deal, especially for the folks in my ethos. In the circles that I travel, the IT sector, the networking sector, it's kind of a big deal. And I have this picture up here just to add to the atmosphere. It's a very old trick. Democrats have been doing this for quite some time. Back in the day, they diluted the wages with slave labor. We still do it today with cheap Chinese products. They are basically made with slave labor, and we buy them, and it's still. Now, this is what I wanted you guys to see. See this fraud ring? See how much money? Think about the Minnesota fraud ring. And these people are not American. So not only are they driving down our wages, stealing our jobs, stealing the resources of these communities, you see, like here with hospice care, 98% of their patients live. That's unheard of. And they're Indonesian on H-1B visas. That's one of the points I wanted to make sure you guys understood. And something else, and to go even further than that, do you understand the size and scope of the fraud that is being perpetrated against folks like you and me, tax-paying folks that go to work every day, bust our hump, and then the government just, without your say-so, steals your money from you? And if you don't give them your money, like if you pay quarterly, if you don't give them your money, they're coming after you. They're coming after not just your assets, but your life. Your time on this earth is finite, meaning your time is valuable. Meaning when you go out and work and someone is taking a portion of the equity of that work, they're stealing bits of that finite, valuable, precious resource of yours. So I don't understand why more people aren't up in arms about our government. Our government just kind of runs roughshod. And I'm just going to lay it out there. They run roughshod over us. I mean, so who is you? And how do these, a lot of these farms, and you'll see, I think in this clip, as a matter of fact, you'll see, you'll have a guy and he'll have a mansion. And in one of the rooms, he'll have all these SIM cards and telephones and laptops all set up, and they are bot farms. So when you see these accounts with high engagement, and you research the account, like you look at some of the content, and you're like, this is garbage. How is this content getting this much? It's bot farms. That's what Democrats are infamous for using bot farms, because it makes it appear that there are a ton of people that like your content. And there's a monetary tie to that. A lot of people are doing that. They're getting these H-1B visas applicants over here. Those people get over here and they're happy to do that. They're happy to lend their a body to that visa. And then they're working at 7-Eleven and there's some bot, and it's crazy. And I titled this America's Invasion Problem. It is a self-inflicted wound, and I mean that. This is a self-inflicted. No other competent country would allow what this is. Like, we are getting scammed. Like, coming and going, the American citizen is the chump. And I love the American citizen. But we're getting scammed. We're allowing Democrats and Republicans to use rent-a-mobs in order to drive the narrative so they can continue to defraud us. Now, but the second industry is the Chinese, wealthy. What they're doing is they're flying these wealthy people over here, moms-to-be, setting them up, and then they have their kids here. That kid is an American citizen. And they'll go back to China to be, and you don't hear a lot about it, and I think it's because our media has played a big role in covering this up. But when you see little things like, there's a Chinese company that bought up a bunch of land by the Grand Forks Air Force Base. How did that happen? A bunch of Chinese nationals caught at the border. A bunch of Chinese Americans taking pictures of our infrastructure. And you think of them as like lone wolf incidents or separate incidents. I don't think so. I think that we need to look at this thing for what it is. Like, this industry is going to be this whole thing. Like I said, this is a self-inflicted wound. Like, no sane country would do this. No honest politician would allow this. This, specifically this segment with these folks, with the whole Chinese birthing industry, that whole thing, this is Obama's baby. And I'm going to show you that right after this break. Our biggest geopolitical rival is taking full advantage of our idiocy, in my humble opinion. Now I'm going to let this play, and then I'm going to break it down.
Yes. The wealthy Chinese parents of these babies have no intention of staying in the United States. They're here just to get American citizenship for their baby. As soon as they secure a U.S. birth certificate and passport for their newborn, they'll fly home to China, having spent as much as $30,000 on airfare, lodging, and medical expenses.
What sane country would allow this? I mean, seriously. What sane country would allow something so idiotic, so un-American, in my humble opinion? What president would sign off on something like this? But the arguments that I've heard coming from the Supreme Court, by all of them, I don't think that they're, unless they're having additional arguments behind closed doors, and I know that they are, the questioning that I saw did not give me hope that they would overturn this garbage. I don't think that they want to touch such a, because their whole thing is precedent, long-standing precedent, blah, 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 this and that. There's some fancy legal name, but I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. So I could probably be a much better Supreme Court justice than Ketanji Brown, who is an absolute idiot, but I digress. You got these these rich Chinese folks, and they're paying tens of thousands of dollars for this package. It's a maternity tourism, and that's housing, medical care, the whole works. They pop out a brand new U.S. citizen, they fly back home to China, the baby stays on paper as an American, waiting for the day that they can come back, sponsor their parents, or worse, serve the interests that have nothing to do with America, to serve the Chinese interests. Again, our biggest geopolitical rival on the planet is the Chinese. Than to actual American citizens. China watchers talk about hundreds of thousands to over 1 million American citizen children are now being raised in China, thanks to this loophole just from the Mariana Islands. Kids with U.S. passports raised under the Chinese flag, potentially loyal to Beijing, but they're 100% legal to return here at any time to vote. They probably get mail-in ballots shipped over there. They can work in government. We see there are some in liberal cities all over America that are mayors. And it's a plan. They can work in government, or they can have access to every benefit that we built for our own citizens. They have access to all that because they are American citizens, because we are too ignorant to put a stop to it. I mean, if you were trying to destroy the United States of America, what would you do differently?
I am Leon Francis, and this is Blackbeard Logic on the Guns and the 701 Network. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Leon Francis, Guns and the 701 Network, Blackbeard Logic here. On a lighter note, tune in to where I will be with these fun guys on the Due North Political Podcast. And we're going to chop it up. Now, all of us are conservative, but one of the things I like about the right is there's a lot of diversity in opinion and thought. But Due North Political Podcast, follow us everywhere. We're on YouTube, Rumble, iTunes, Facebook, Spotify, iHeart, you name it, we're there. So check that out. We have been...
If you like this content, please like and subscribe to your favorite platform and consider contributing by using the QR code in this video. Thank you. This is Leon Francis with Blackbeard Logic on the Guns and the 701 Network.